Hey everyone, hope you guys are safe and doing good. In today's video, we are going to make a surreal scene in Blender. The concept is inspired from Japanese architect Tadao Ando's Church of Light. Today's video is divided into certain segments and each segment has its own voiceover, so if you feel like skipping you can, but I recommend you watch the full thing. Before we start with the actual content, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section what next should I make a video on. So now let's start the video. The first and the very basic step for this scene is to create a room in Blender, and to do that I'm going to basically use this default cube and modify it according to what I feel is perfect. In this case I'm going to make it into more of a cuboid shape rather than it's being a cube, and that is just what I prefer, and it could be anything according to what you feel is right for the scene. Once we have created this basic room, the next step is to set up the camera. Yes, we are going to do it this early because the rest of the modeling and the overall feel of the scene is going to depend on where the camera is and how it is set up. Once we have brought in the camera, we can do all the major adjustments that we want to, such as changing the dimensions, focal length, position and the angle. But how exactly are we going to do is the real question. That is by imagining that over here there would be a cross later on, which is the actual focus of the scene, and then playing around with it, keeping that in mind. So basically you could model all this stuff and then bring in the camera if that is what you feel is right, but according to my preference I just feel like bringing in the camera first for this scene and then modeling it accordingly, so that I can mold the scene according to the view of the camera. Now the walls of this room that we have created are practically as thin as a paper, and we want to give them some real thickness. Now we could also extrude all the faces and give them the thickness that we want, but changing all of them later on would be a real problem. Instead we are going to use a solidify modifier over here so that we can change or adjust the thickness according to our preference later on in the scene as well. Now we are going to create the cross of Jesus, which is the central element of this scene. To create that, we are going to bring in a cube. We are going to give it some loop cuts and then extrude the faces to create a cross which is of the appropriate size. Once we have done that, we are going to subtract the cross from the room, and to do that we are going to use a boolean modifier and then set it to difference. Now the more important step after creating that cross at the center is to bring in some light into this scene. The idea behind bringing light from the cross is to give the viewer an impression as if some divine light is coming from that cross and illuminating the room. Now to actually do that, we are going to bring in a plane, place it outside the room just behind the cross. Now for the material, we are going to give it an emission shader and attach a black body node to it. You could also do it without the black body node and give it a color manually, but I prefer to use the black body node more. Now to develop the scene further, we are going to create a landscape within this room, which will also give it a surreal look. To create a landscape, first we are going to add water in this scene, and after which we will create a landscape according to whatever looks fine. To add water, basically we are going to add a plane in the scene and adjust its height and position. After that, we are going to give it a very basic node setup, nothing very fancy, because it wouldn't be as visible in the scene. It's just to enhance the overall look of it. Now we are going to create the actual landscape that we were talking about. To create that landscape, it's going to be pretty easy because we are going to use an add-on, the Ant Landscape add-on, which can be enabled from the add-on menu. After enabling the add-on, you can press Shift A and in the mesh menu you can find this add-on. Once you have clicked on that, over here on the screen you will see that there is a preset of landscape which has been selected, and now we are going to select the river landscape which we actually want, and after that we can play with the random seed option to generate n number of options for the same landscape. Now I'm going to select the landscape option very quickly.
One eternity later.
Sorry guys, it took me forever to select a landscape, but now we are done. Once we have generated the landscape, we can scale it and then we can position it with respect to the camera and the water plane such that it balances out both and a beautiful looking landscape is created. Now to give the landscape a natural look, we are going to add a material to it. So the material I have downloaded is from Texture Haven, and I'll drop a link in the description below so you can download it from there. And basically we are not going to play much with the material settings. We are going to use the Node Wrangler add-on, And then placing the cursor on the principal BSDF, we can use the shortcut Control plus Shift plus D, which will give us an option to select the material we want to choose. After choosing that, it will automatically create a node setup for us, which is very easy and very quick for scenes like this where the material is not that much in focus. Now to give this scene a nice touch and enhance the overall look of it, we are going to add a wooden log over here on top of this stream. To bring the wooden log, we are going to use the Blender Kit add-on, which can be enabled from the add-on menu. Over there, when we search for a wooden log, we can select any of the ones that we prefer and then directly bring it into the scene. And again, thanks to all the artists who create this stuff for free and put it on Blender Kit. Now we are going to give these walls a material, and to give that material we are going to use the similar technique, and this time I've downloaded the texture from sharetexture.com, and I'll again provide a link in the description so you can check it out. After adding the wooden log, we are going to add grass to the landscape. To add grass, we are going to again bring the grass asset from Blender Kit add-on. Once we have brought in the grass asset, now it's time to use the particle system on this landscape and spread the grass across this landscape. The steps are pretty simple and straightforward, so I'll just skip the explanation and we can move on to the next part. Okay, so I wanted to skip the explanation, but I messed it up a little. What you have to do before adding an asset from Blender Kit into the particle system, from what I have realized, you have to first press on the bring into scene button from that menu in the Blender Kit option, after which that asset is recognized by the particle system. And I'm not sure if this is the correct way to do it, but this is what worked for me. Now once we can see actual grass in the particle system, it's time to do some minor changes within the particle system so that the overall grass and the landscape looks good. And basically we are going to do some very minor tweaks. But there is this one trick which I learned from one of the early CG Geeks video, in which he was talking about that because particle system is very computer intensive, it is best that we only use the area for particle system which is going to be visible to the camera, and we can neglect the rest. And to do that, basically we are going to use weight paint method, in which we are going to weight paint all the areas that are going to be seen in camera, or the ones which we want the grass to grow in. And after that we can assign it to a vertex group, and we can rename it whatever we want. Once we have done that, we can basically use that vertex group as a factor of density in the particle settings. So this is a very cool trick which I found, and I think it will save you a lot of time and save the computer a lot of memory. Now to complete the concept of this scene, I'm going to add a human near the cross in water, as if the human is walking towards that light or the cross. As one of the last step, I want to give this scene an ambient effect, and to do that I will introduce fog. And for making fog, we are going to bring a cube in the scene which will cover the whole model, and that cube will act as a object for volumetric fog, and to bring that fog we are going to use principled volume shader. So guys, this is the final result that we have achieved, and I hope you were able to follow along. As you can see, our family is growing and soon we will hit 500 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, I request you to do so, as it gives me some extra motivation to create content. So that was it for today's video. I hope you got to learn something new. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button, and see you until next time. Thank you.